Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to Cooking with Tycho Episode 2. Today we're going to make Moong dal Tadka. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's a pretty sweet South Indian style soup dal, whatever. And to get us started, we're going to boil a cup of Moong dal in 6 to 8 cups of water. And when you get some foam on the top, you can just skim it off if you want. Before you boil the Moong dal, you want to rinse it off. Anytime I think you boil like beans or whatever dry stuff, you're going to want to rinse it off first. You never know sort of what kind of industrial machinery they use to harvest it. So rinse it off in a bowl of water until the water runs clear. We're going to boil this Moong dal until it basically breaks apart and gets soft. I don't know how long that takes, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour. It depends on your Moong dal probably. So we got that started before we're going. But we're also going to make some basmati rice for our Moong dal. First, let's get the oil going. So we're going to take a big old pot. If you're preparing this like for dinner right now, or for lunch right now or something, you can just use a pan here, because what we're going to make in here is going to get mixed into here, and you can do that right before you serve. I'm going to be making a big batch to eat for the week, so I'm going to make it all in this big pot. But let's get some oil. There we go. Canola oil. Use any neutral flavored oil. This is also known as rapeseed oil, which is a really unfortunate name. You can understand why they changed it. Any neutral oil, peanut oil, safflower oil, whatever. Let's put, I'm trying to pour this while I do this. Let's put about, I don't know, a tablespoon and a half, whatever. And get your heat up to medium, maybe medium-high. This depends, obviously, on what your stove does. So we're going to get the oil heating up because we want that to get nice and hot. While we do that, let's start the rice. So let me get a pan or a pot or whatever the hell these are called. Nice empty pot right there. Let's turn the heat up to high under it. Don't do this for too long. Whoops, I think I just covered up the microphone again. Don't do that for too long on your stove. You never want to leave a pot on hot. But, whoops, a bit too much. We want 1 3/4 cup water. 1 3/4 cup. That's 1.75 if you're a nerd. So we're going to get that heating up. We want some salt. There we go, salt. This is the table salt I just use for cooking and baking and stuff. If we were making good food, we would be using the kosher salt for right before eating. But since this is just going to get dissolved in water, it doesn't matter. So put, like a couple pinches or a pinch or two in there. Let the salt dissolve. Let's go find the rice. Oh, where's my measuring cup? We want 1 cup of basmati rice. Check it out. Rice. In bulk. I can't open this with one hand, so one moment. Maybe I can open it with one hand. Zipper. Yep. Whoops, I was covering the microphone again. I'm not sure that does anything. I watched my last video, the oatmeal one. You can still sort of hear me just fine. Okay, the rice. That's not dirt or anything. That's a blister from my roommate. Used to put hot stuff down on these counters that would cause the surface to blister or something. He's gone now though. I didn't kill him, but he's gone. Cup of basmati rice. You can wait until this salt's dissolved, but I don't think you need to. Let's in with the rice. And there's just like rain stuff in there. Okay. And now for the secret ingredients. Let's get some of these. Hello there. So we have over here cardamom, green cardamom pods, and over here cloves. And what we're going to do is we're going to be using a lot of spices today. And the important thing to keep these recipes cheap is when you buy these spices, either buy them somewhere that sells them in bulk. So I'm in California. If you have a Sprouts near you, Sprouts sells spices in bulk. Or shop in an ethnic grocery. Don't shop where white people shop. shop at ethnic groceries. Then these spices will be super cheap. It's like probably 50 cents between these two spices. So two green cardamom pods and 2 cloves into the rice. You put the stoppers back on. If you want these jars, I think Cost Plus World Market sells them. I had to, for a moment, sniff the tops to figure out which goes on which. I don't want to be mixing tops back into the spice cabinet. How's the oil going? Fine. What we want it to do is to be shimmering, but it's not shimmering yet. So, once this gets to a boil, we'll reduce it down to a simmer and cover it, but not yet. While we're waiting for the oil to get hot, let's get our spices ready. Da-da-da. 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 That's probably good. You can make this with all sorts of stuff, but we're going to make it with cumin, black mustard, urad dal, turmeric, and some dry curry leaves. Fresh is better, but whatever. The only things you really need are the cumin and the mustard and the turmeric. Those are like the 3 basic spice ingredients. Whatever. Let's redistribute this oil a bit. Look, it's boiling. So we're going to cover the basmati rice, turn this heat down as low as it'll go. I'm going to set my watch. Can you see where's the camera? Set my watch. Focus. Focus. What? You can't. I'm wearing a digital watch is the point I'm trying to make. It shows like the date and everything. April 1st. Let me just hold on, set this the timer. Which tells you either I don't own a cell phone or I have no fashion sense. And actually the answer is both. Because who wears a watch these days? I do. But now we have our timer going. This will be about 15 to 17 minutes, and then we'll turn the heat off. How's the oil going? Is it shimmering? It's getting there. Oh, and we're making roti. Did I mention we're making roti? We're going to make some roti. But not yet. So you see my moong dal starting to plump up, absorb some water. This is where you can think about adding more water. If you want to make it thinner, I think I will add some more water. Actually, where's my water thing? I hope you're not getting motion sick watching this. Water, water, water. Cool. The thinner you make this, the more it'll stretch, feed more people, and some people prefer it thinner. Okay, so the oil is more or less shimmering. Try and hold the camera steady. So here's where it gets tricky with one hand. We're going to start off with the mustard. We're looking for, I don't know, like a teaspoon's worth of mustard seeds. Actually, let me move this thing. We're looking for about a teaspoon's worth of mustard seeds. And we're going to sprinkle these in. And immediately they will start crackling. So get them off the heat and put the thing on. Can you hear that? Or you can see it, they're popping. I'll put the microphone close to the thing. Well, I can totally hear it. Maybe if I take the top off, that'd be easier. Yeah, you hear that? Pop, pop, pop. So swirl them around a bit in the oil, let them pop. When they're basically done popping, step 2 is going to be the cumin. One hand. So these are more or less done popping. I mean, they're still popping. So careful, this will hit you in the eye and stuff if you're not careful. So let's about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half of cumin, and bloom these in the oil. And at this point, it's going to smell fucking amazing. This is some good shit. Move it back onto the heat. We're going to add some urad dal, sold at fine Indian grocery stores or whatever. That might be a little much, actually. Shake it around a bit, you know, get everything evenly toasty. Give that a little bit of time. Meanwhile, have chopped an onion, some green peppers. These are serrano peppers, spicy peppers, and some garlic. That's 1 clove of garlic. So this is a serrano pepper. You can use milder peppers if you want it less hot, so use jalapenos or something. You can use hotter peppers if you want it hotter. You can de-seed the peppers if you want it less hot. I leave mine seeded. And so three peppers is fairly hot. And now some turmeric. No, that's probably too much, but whatever. Bloom the turmeric in the oil for not very long at all. Let's get some curry leaves crumbled up. Curry leaves, whatever. Give them some time in the oil. And after a few moments, this will still smell amazing. It'll smell like the best thing ever. We're going to give the onions and the green peppers and the garlic into the flame. And now it's time to stir. If you thought it smelled good before, I have news for you, because now it's going to be amazing. And we'll let this cook for a while. We want the onions to get clear, basically, so we'll stir it every once in a while. Let's put a cap on the turmeric. Okay, that's cool. Prep a tomato or two. You want ripe tomatoes. If you don't have ripe tomatoes, you can use canned tomatoes. How's this doing? Fine. How's this doing? Fine. And now we can start our roti. So, let's get a bowl. Great. Get some whole wheat flour. I just opened up a new bag of this stuff. So, this might be known as, I can't remember what the Indian name for this stuff is, but if you're shopping at an Indian grocery store, obviously look for whatever it's called. How am I going to pour this flour? One-handed. Let's use a scoop. Ta-da. This is going to be really messy because I'm doing this one-handed. Oh god. Some flour. I'm going to have to clean my kitchen. Some flour. I do this by eye, not by measurement. You can look up roti recipes if you want online, if this is too punk for you. There's some flour. Let's get some salt. What do I do with this salt? Salt, and you know, that's also too much salt. I'm putting too much of everything and everything. Let's actually get some of that salt out of here. You don't want a roti to be too salty. Okay, good. So there's some salt and some flour, and now we're going to add some water. Warm is good, but whatever. And so pay attention to how much I add, but also to the consistency I'm going for. That's probably good for now. So a ton of this is going to depend. Let's stir this. Looks like it's getting a little hot, so we'll turn the heat down a bit. Good stuff. So how much of this you want is going to really depend on your flour, how cold or not how cold, how wet it is where you are, what the environment's like, how much water your flour is sort of absorbed from the air. But we're just going to mix it. This is really hard with one hand. Wash your hands before you do this. How are we doing on time? 7 minutes. Cool. Half past. My timer counts up, not down. Keep kneading. You want to at least incorporate... I'm coughing. So when you do this mustard thing, it'll release some gas that might make you cough. It'll make you realize why they use mustard gas to do horrible things to people in World War I, because mustard seeds even are enough to get you started with the coughing. And obviously you might be crying from cutting the onions, so cooking Indian food can reduce strong people to lumps of their former selves. Some people die while doing it. Not from cooking, just because they were going to die anyways, but that happens. So our dough's coming together nicely. It would be coming together far more nicely if I weren't fucking doing this one-handed, but whatever. I'm going to keep mixing this and kneading. This is the mustard. Gas is getting me. This is actually, I'm surprised I got the right amount of water. Usually what you'll want to be doing is adding more flour or more water, depending on whether you got the right consistency or not. This is about what you want before you've kneaded it much. It's sort of a little sticky to your hands, but it's not so sticky that it's like hard to form into a ball or anything like this. This is about what you want, and we're going to knead this for, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. Whatever, and it's going to come together and get softer and kind of more pliable, and also more composed. So how's this going? Pretty good. Not clear yet though, so more kneading. And actually I will stop the video here and work some movie magic, and we'll come back when this is done. I gotta touch my pen with the other hand so I don't get dough on it.